Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is Christ 169 coming to you live. I said I won't be making a video because I gotta work, but since it's Sunday morning, 3:09 Central Standard Time, I'm here, you're there. If you're new to my channel, you watched this, recommended, or found this, you're surfing your YouTube at work or YouTube when you're in the car, hoping you're not driving and watching YouTube. Don't do that. You can watch it if you have hands-free the car, like my Honda has a hands-free device, so I can turn it on and listen to podcasts if I'm driving to work or music or whatever. But anyway, though, if you find my channel and you get to find it the first time, thank you. Hit like, subscribe, and hit that subscribe button, and you can do the Macho Man, ooh yeah, and elbow drop it, ooh yeah. Anyway, though, and, or you just push the button and subscribe, turn notifications on, ring that bell. First off, I'd like to thank all my subscribers for sticking with me. It's been kind of rough. I had my root canal done Friday. It was a success. One bad nerve. It was a bad tooth, big filling. The nerve was rotting. So yeah, I know if you're eating lunch right now, like eating lunch, like that's tasty, right? No, it's not. But I feel much better now though. I need to get my crown next week anyway. So I was gonna get a tooth crown anyway. The best thing I got a root canal done for, so it's good. So no further problems. Now, our topic is digital sales have gone whopping over 89% over 89.5% over the 10% of physical, and how this is not a big problem or big deal in the sense if you still go out and buy physical media. I'm not saying run out there and go buy a physical media printing press. No, you can't do that. I'm not saying run out there and freak out and go burn down AT&T or Comcast because they have internet and oh my god, internet's bad. No, don't do that. What I'm saying is though, if you support physical media, you're part of the 10.5% that do. Okay, the shift's been happening since 2015, and it was aspirated because of COVID. So think about it. 2015 sales were about 55% digital, and the rest were physical. Now, with the advent of faster SSD gaming systems, gaming rigs, your phone, Switch, Switch Ultra, OLED, or even Lite, you can download games at a pretty good pace compared to doing it, as I say, 10 years ago on the older systems. So, that being said, you know, is digital going to take over? Eventually, yes. To put your mind at ease, digital will become the king. Just like the gaming rig has become the king of the way to play your experience your games. But doesn't mean that the Xbox One X back there, the one you can't see because I'm kind of a chunky guy, light on there, um, is not worth anything. It's worth something. It's just not worth once it was. Now that's a good thing to look at and talk about. Okay, I remember a time where games came out 100%. 100% came out, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. They worked, or you didn't buy the game. Nowadays, we're playing games like Battlefield 2042, Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed games. I can go on for hours. They always need patches and updates. When was the last time? No, I never. No, I'm playing right now. I never played. I played Super Mario Brothers 2 on Nintendo NES. My parents never had to go to the store again and buy an update part of the game to put into the cartridge. That never happened. Parents like throw the system away. They wouldn't. Of course, we'd be freaking out and screaming with kids, but they wouldn't play that. But now, 30 plus years, 40 years later, we're all accepting it. We're all accepting this garbage, of half broken and of broken games on physical and digital. Get an example: Halo Master Chief Collection. I can end it right now and walk away. That game was a cluster. That came out in 2015, a little after 2014, 2015, that game came out. Microsoft rushed it. 343 Studios rushed it out. And that was one of the many blunders that they've done under the Halo banner until they finally killed it with Infinite. No doubt. I still play it, but let's be honest. How many of you still play Halo Infinite? The five of you still play it. I load it up occasionally. I look at ooh, nah, then I back out of it because I'm just no longer into it. I haven't even touched the campaign yet. For me, Halo was all about the campaign. It's like Call of Duty were. Battlefield, yeah, it was a little bit. But yes, games are getting better. They're getting fixed. Battlefield 2042, for example, the game runs a lot better. But there's still problems. When a chopper crashes and explodes above your head and it's frozen in time, yeah, it's great. No, you didn't get killed in the game. It's awesome. But it doesn't happen in real life. Show me a picture of a chopper blown up but stopping before it hits you. Then it leaks itself. Interesting, right? So pretty godlike. I'm not godlike, and neither are you. But that's what glitches are. They affect the game, good or bad. Some glitches are funny. Game Genie glitches are funny. You can pop it in there and put weird codes in Game Genie on your NES game, Mario Brothers. You're flying in the air. You're flying all over the place. You don't even have wings. Or you're making it where you can change it around where you have little flaming bars in every level. That's what Game Genie. But that was taking the game and making it fun. This is not fun. Having your game crash on you 5 times in 1 hour is not part of Game Genie. If it is, you need to unplug it. Whoever has Game Genie hooked up to the servers of Battlefield and or Call of Duty, you need to unplug the Game Genie because it's not funny anymore. But I doubt that's the case. Okay. Now, why I'm rambling about that? Because that's part of the digital sales and digital issue. These games are getting faster to us, but we're accepting the fact that they're broken. They're all the more, and even with digital, they're all the more broken. You think with a digital game being sent from Activision or different studios or CD Project Red or anything else on the computer or your Xbox or PlayStation or Switch. Not really Switch. Switch don't have much problem with games. Nintendo's pretty good with their games, so I give them a pass on that. I heard Mario Odyssey is a little weird, but no, it ran like a champ for me. So it ran like a champ, so I had no problem with it. But when was the last time you had a game that actually worked 100% in the last 3 years? Yeah, you probably think Dark Souls 3 or maybe throw out some Eden Ring. No, you couldn't do that because they had issues too as well. I'm saying, guys, these games are broken. And digital media and physical media, it kind of shares one realm here. It's sharing the realm that the games are broken no matter what. If you buy it physically or if you buy it digitally, it doesn't matter anymore. And 89.5% of digital sales is pretty big. But 10% of people who buy physical should not worry about it. Because, yes, Activision's going to keep pressing Call of Duty discs. EA is going to keep pressing Battlefield. Cyberpunk, Deep Rift, and press whatever they make. Okay, these companies are going to press the games out and make them. But eventually, the gaming industry will go through a second renaissance, so to speak, and they'll go to digital. I believe in the next 5 or 10 years, maybe later, maybe earlier, the game industry is going to go totally digital. Because you're getting apps on TV now, you're getting apps on computers now, you're getting apps on your phone now to play games. And it's becoming very viable for these companies to put their stuff on a phone, on an app, on a television, or a refrigerator screen. You can play your Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Racing game or your Call of Duty. I can't imagine playing Call of Duty on a refrigerator, but screen. But work with me here. Work with me. Uh, this is part you can watch TV on your refrigerator screen now. We got technology and TVs now. Technology and TVs that if you carry around the remote control, let's say to a Roku, in your display screen has a Roku app on your refrigerator. that as you follow, as as the remote leaves the living room and goes into the kitchen, the screen will pop up on the show you're watching. I've heard technology that happening in Japan. While they walk out to the living room or to the bathroom or the bedroom, a laptop, computer, or TV comes on and it shows what's being played. Now that's like you know, like the Xbox X series with steroids. Now you can go outside, cut the grass, and watch the show. I hope you ain't cutting the grass in a small area. You run no fence, but you put glasses on and you're walking around the house. Don't trip over that dog or the sofa, or the leg rest. So be careful. But you see what I'm saying, though, right? It's becoming more easier for us to take our stuff and walk around with it. Back 10 years ago, 8 years ago, taking your tablet with Dish Network and watching a show out in your hammock outside because the kids are watching whatever, and you want to be out with your wife or husband, or whatever, watching a show in a hammock or your little hammock area, you could do that. Now it's commonplace. Hell, I got YouTube TV app on my phone. At lunchtime, usually lunchtime, I'll watch News Channel 5, or I'll watch a movie or a show on my phone. Granted, it's not the same app as same connectivity as my TV, my Amazon Fire TV, but it does the job well. And I can watch it, or I can watch the same show, and with that phone, I can even turn on or change the channel on my TV if I wanted to. Now I use the Amazon Fire TV remote, but like I said, work with me. That's digital, folks. Everything we're doing is digital now. So how is the gaming base, like collectors, freaking out over the fact that now we have games being digital, making more money digital? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 had only 70 megabytes on disk. That was the unlock code practically, and the rest of the game was behind a digital wall. What did you expect? When your player base is buying nothing but digital games since 2015. 2020, COVID happened, and everybody bought digital games. Everybody bought PlayStations and Xboxes and Switches to keep their kids' minds occupied being out of school for 2 months. But yet now it's a problem because I can't collect all these games. Yeah, well, eventually it's going to happen. And I said it's going to happen. After I made this comment in 2015, that I think about 5 or 10 years, the game industry is going to shift towards all digital sales. I talked about it. Chris from Tech USA talked about it. Alpha Megasin mentioned it a little bit. Uh, uh, Angry Joe Show mentioned it a little bit. Uh, uh, Kitty, Killer Kitty Unleash is Killer Comedy Unleashed, formerly known as Killer Comedy Unleashed. He's a great YouTuber. You can find him, subscribe to him if he's still doing stuff. He used to be called Killer Comedy, but I think it's called Killer Kitty Unreleased. He changed his name or whatever. He had issues in the past getting his stuff banned. But anyway, though, uh, the point being is, though, digital revolution has happened. A shot was fired in 2015. The war is practically over. The problem is, though, there's 10.5% of people still buying physical disc media. That doesn't mean that you guys go out there, like I said, go out there and burn down these buildings to do digital. No. Like I said, it's more convenience. Why do you buy digital? Digital is simple. Digital is convenience. Digital is easy to do. You go home, you take the money out of your Steam wallet, put it in your Steam wallet. You click on game, click, click, click. You say yes to your terms and conditions. You press purchase. You go on and you click on install and you install your damn game. Simple. It might take about 2 hours, but simple. Or you get in the car in the middle of a damn tornado warning. We had hurricane force warning here, and have a tree in the backyard fell over. And side note of my life, though, I had to spend $1,900 to get a tree removed in my backyard. My whipping widow Trees fell over. My father and I planted that damn thing about 30 years ago. That tree fell over. It uprooted and fell over. So I got to spend $1,900 to get that damn thing removed. Then I got to fix the neighbor's fence that my tree had to fall on, and my fence too, by the way. On top of buying about 30, 40 bags of dirt to fill the hole back up again. So, I have a lot of work coming up here in the next couple weeks once that tree gets taken care of. So I have a lot of work coming up for me. So me personally, I have a lot of work coming up. So I know I may not be on only because I'll be working, trying to get the hole filled and get the fence taken care of. Because we had to put that damn tree, and that thing got so damn big. And I told my dad about this years ago. And cut those branches down. No one listens to me. And now look what happened. But guys, you really with the digital sales, it's not hard to understand. No, it's not really. It's not easy to understand, no. But it's not hard to understand at all. It's pretty simple, actually, once you really get the brass tacks going on it and really think about it. It's pretty simple after that. That digital sales are always going to be taking over physical sales. But physical sales, though, didn't mean 10% is bad. Because the active player base, the active gaming base is only like 20% of active true gamers. The real true gamers are the gamers are the 20%. So 10.5% is really not that bad. So they're still making millions and hundreds of millions of dollars off us. It's just not the billions they made like on buying on Call of Duty or whatever like that. So the casuals are buying more digital games. And that's cool, they're buying games. But like I said though, there's sneakerheads out there. There's comic book heads out there. There's Tupperware people who are creating Tupperware. There's people out there making videos of Tupperware, comic books, cards, playing cards, Pokemon. These people, in tennis shoes, called sneakerheads, Tupperware heads, car nuts, PC master race people. How many people are those people I mentioned? I don't know any, but I know they exist. I know the companies that do bid that they buy make money off of not them, but you. I have a pair of shoes. I have more than one, obviously. You have a pair of shoes. Everybody has a pair of shoes. But the shoe company are making money off of me and you, not the sneakerheads. Why? Because they're only buying certain kinds of shoes. We buy shoes every 6 months a year because we need to walk around. Walk around concrete is not a good idea, barefoot. So you buy shoes, or you buy Tupperware to put your stuff in, or you buy matching ensembles of bedding or whatever the hell you buy. That's what you do because that's what people do. So when people like Alpha Omega Sin and a lot of people are whining about the digital revolution, it was created as a escape for add-on sales. You have to understand during the original Xbox era, Xbox One, the big black one, okay, the black one, you could not download games. Okay, it had 50,000 gigabyte or whatever it was hard drive. It said on it. You could not download any games that I know of right off the bat. The original Xbox One, the original black Xbox. You could not download any games to it that I know of. So that didn't happen until 360. Now, if you could, please comment below if you could. And if you have, it's pretty awesome. And that shows when the real issue started. But it didn't start until later on in the early life, in the middle of the life of the 360, when we started being able to download stuff and have DLC was the reason why we started downloading stuff, downloadable content, maybe update the Xbox Live or update Halo 3 maybe. That's when we started getting the digital stuff coming in, folks. Back in 2006, 2007, 2008 era. So it's been going on farther than 2015. It took all of us that much time to wake up to it. Point in time, we were already hooked. hooked into everything. Digital format is hooked into everything. Okay, you see it. And I've been saying this since day one. You see it here, you see it there. It's been going on for how long now? Since 2006, 2008. Can you imagine the fact that for almost that's 10, maybe about 10, 15 years, maybe longer now, almost 20 years. And say, yeah, it's the Xbox started 2001, so 21 is 20, so it's about 10, 21, that's 20 years ago. The original Xbox came out 20 years ago. Because to 21 to 11 is 10. Yeah, 20 years ago. So 22 years, but original 360 came out 2006. So say about 15 years ago. So for 15 years, we've been getting hooked and fed the DLC and digital download, tasting it, getting taste. Okay, well let's release the Xbox Live. Let's release the Xbox Games of Gold. Let's release Xbox games so you can get a free game every month. See what I'm saying? They hooked us on this, and now we're like on crack, and we're running to our Xboxes or our Steams or our Epic stores or our uh, um, Origins, to get our fix because we have to have it. It's become so ingrained and it's so embedded in situations. Now we can't live without. It's like having a cocaine, like crackhead who's addicted to crack, or meth head, or anybody who's like a heroin. Try to get them off that stuff. See what happens. Where they can't get to the precious cocaine or methamphetamines or their heroin, their precious drugs. If you are suffering from that, there is help out there, by the way. Talk to a friend, you talk to me. Hey, talk to somebody. My gamer tag, Christ169, Christ1691 on Steam. Say, hey, Christ, I have an issue with this. We'll talk about it. I have no problem talking about stuff. My name is Mark. Full name's on my Steam, on my account here. You can check. You can hit me up on Facebook and talk to me then. Not a big deal. But if it's really bad, you need to go to a counselor, go to a church counselor. If you're in school and you have a drug issue, go to a school counselor. Talk to somebody. Don't let it go unnoticed. But see, this is what I'm saying though, is this is our fix. Our fix is running to the PC or the game consoles, and getting our monthly fix, our monthly shot of free games, stuff like that, and games and stuff like that. That's what we are being conditioned to do now. And now it's normal. But back 2013, you saw the Xbox One come out, and everybody revolted like it was a plague, and they fought against Microsoft, not knowing that back in the 360 era, they bought those games that they probably forgot they bought. The digital sales they forgot to buy, that they forgot they bought. Those sales that they bought for those games that were on sale that was cheap, and it was easier to go into GameStop picking them up. You know, close that day, or maybe it was snowed in or whatever. Whatever. The point being, though, they hooked us way before the Xbox One. They got to us way before. I woke up earlier about that because I knew what they were doing. But I went along with it too because it's convenient. If you're going to college like I was, downloading a game on the Xbox was easier than running into the store and buying something. But still, it doesn't mean that we totally revolt against totally revolt against the issues at hand. There's certain places in this country that people can't go down the street without being shot at in broad daylight. So be hunkered down in their houses until police are going in the area again is the only way. Or maybe you have a lot of snow out there and your power's on. God bless you if it is. And you can't go to GameStop and buy that game, but you can buy it on digital download. I think all games, regardless, should have at least a 1 hour, 2 hour playtime. Every demo could be 30 minutes to an hour. Every game, old or new, you play it, you like it, you buy it, you don't like it, you don't buy it. But because of that, we don't have that. So a lot of games you'll buy, they get refunded. You can refund stuff now with Xbox app now. You can refund it now if you wanted to. So the thing that I'm talking about here not nothing new. Now they've been discussed before by myself, Chris from ViewTech USA. Many other people have talked about it, hadn't it, and have discussed it, have came out with situations saying, "Hey, this is not right," or "This what is this is." You know, and they discussed it. I know they had conversations. Not, I don't have no, and not off on the record. And then I know they had conversations though, because on YouTube about it. Chris from VTech USA is a very open guy. He'll tell you things. Now maybe his older videos are kind of weird. Older videos are kind of weird, but his newer stuff seems to be low on par. So I think he's trying to fly right and do what he thinks is right, and that's fine. Like I said though, I don't have a problem with people saying what they want to say. But let's be honest with ourselves. I told you guys back in 2015 that this is going to happen. But we were being conditioned way back in 2008, 2009. So anybody tells you, well, it was happening 2 years ago, they're full of crap. Okay? Digital sales are 89%. Physical sales are only 10.5%. In closing, I say don't freak out and run to the store and buy all the physical games you bought digitally because it ain't going to matter. But what I would say is, though, if you want to support those physical companies, there's nothing wrong with that. But I believe in the next couple of years we're going to have disc-free systems. They'll be 100% digital. A lot of people might leave the gaming hobby because they're like, you know what, I'm done with this. I have options. And I went to a gaming rig. My options are kind of limited. I can download it and buy it or not buy it, and that's kind of simple. It's pretty cut and dry for me there. So that's me though. That's how I look at it. Okay. So guys, this is my video here. Christ wants to ignite my video. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for sharing my video. Thank you for liking my video. I tell you guys personally, like I said though, the tree came down, but also there's a YouTuber on my channel here. His name is Blame the Codfather. He's going through some stuff. Lift him up in prayer though. Go to his channel, watch his videos. He seems like a nice person. I don't time talk to him privately or talk to him, on a podcast and like that. I would like to talk to him about Call of Duty and stuff like that and say to that with his friends, get to know people. The rub elbows with a lot of people. Rub elbows with the elites people. But not do it because I want to grow my channel, not because I want to, have he has somebody to talk to who's been through all the crap he's been through. Now, I never had what happened to him. It was very dark. He talked about, but that's his business. He'll tell you about this stuff. His video is really good video to watch. It's just really enlightening. And I had friends who had something happen to them like that, and it's very hard for me to understand, even to this day. And I'm 41 years old. and my life is pretty normal-ish. And yeah, so look the Codfather, the blame truth, Codfather up in your prayers when you lay their head down. He's going through some stuff. Blame the Codfather, blame truth, the Codfather. He's I'm subscribed to him about him there. So I'll lift him up in prayer because he has some issues he's going through. He's he's feeling better now. He's dealing with it, but he had to get rid of people in his life and change stuff around. And I understand that because we all go through that. We all go through. He's like 30 years old. I'm 41. Thing is, I've been through some of the stuff he's been through. Now the hard stuff he's been through, the rough stuff he talks about in his video. Not in detail, but he mentions it. I'm like, yeah, so that's all we need to hear. I had friends who had that issue, and they've dealt with that kind of stuff before. And I may mention in another video what it is, but he'll tell you in his video. He won't tell you what the whole play by play, blow by blow, but he'll tell you, he'll give you what happened to him, and you'll know. You're like, yeah, okay, that's all you need. That's all you need to hear. And friends of mine told me what happened to them in great detail, and I wish they didn't, but it makes me respect him a lot more for being that strong. Come on, just tell me what happened to him. I was like, man, that's wild. But yeah, no, I hate to end on a sour note, but I've been thinking about that guy for a while there, the blame truth. He seems like a cool guy. He could be an ass probably, and he admits he could be an ass. And the good people will tell you and admit that they're an ass. That's the way it is. I'm an ass. I tell you point blank to myself too. But that's just who I am. It's who you are. It's who we all are. So that being said, guys, once again, lift them up in prayer. And if anybody like yourself having gone through stuff like that in your life, of you know being bullied, abused, we want to call it, whatever your thing is, there's help out there. Like I said, if you're bound drug addiction, alcoholism, I had alcohol problems too. By the grace of God, I went through it. I'm free. I still drink on occasionally, but I drink very, very lightly. Yeah, I mean, I may go to Dave and Buster's, a beer in my hand, a couple, or go up to Over Gaming, but a lot less I used to drink. So I understand what people are going through when they have problems like that. This is why I don't judge people. So this is my video, guys. Thanks again for watching my video. Once again, like, subscribe, okay, ring that bell. My gamer tag is Christ169. On Steam is Crisis1691. On the BattleNet it's Crisis169. And on Battlefield 2042 it's Crisis169. I have two different EA accounts. One's Crisis2454 and one's Crisis169 in Battlefield. So yeah, it's pretty much convoluted, guys. If you see me on Battlefield 2042, Crisis169, send me a friend request or whatever. I'll see you guys in the Battlefield. I may play Call of Duty, but I'm kind of Call of Duty out, but I may play it, but whatever. So peace, guys. Peace, love. See you guys later. Peace out.